Hey guys, what's up? Shadowlands back, and today I have some tips for one of my favorite game modes, Cabin Fever. Now, this is not a 25 top tips thing, this is just my general topic stuff, what I really think is good for Cabin Fever, and just good ways to play the game. So, there's several ways to play Cabin Fever for one, three mainly. Going for the win, which is what you want to do if you want to get the reward at the end. Most people really don't care about that, but there's people that do. Going for GP, and going for EXP. Now, each requires a different strategy and a different type of loadout. Aiming to win is the most simple. Get a spec or two with meds, a warlord, and do your best to camp inside the house until round 8. After that, feel free to move outside a bit. The important part is to avoid taking damage at all costs. I suggest bringing high damage guns like AUGs, G36E, and AK family guns. Anything to rip through zombies from a distance since you're going to be camping a lot. Going for GP requires a vastly different setup. The idea here is to get kills and a lot of them. Kills equate to the amount of GP you earn, so it's a good idea to bring guns with a fast fire rate and high damage. Low recoil is good too, but sprayability is a must. AK family weapons are fantastic for damage, but the G36E and AUG series not so much due to the huge spreads without the higher damage. The AK-103 is amazing, and so is the M416 customized. Low recoil is good, especially since the M416 has a high fire rate. Bring big nades, not frag packs. You want those combos. You want to get a lot of kills quickly. Afterlife works wonders here, and you want full speed gear. Playing this mode, expect to die a lot. Friends with party tokens are jizzworthy. Playing for EXP is by far the hardest of them all. It requires you both to stay alive while playing very riskily. EXP equates to points, so we need a lot of those. Specs make the world go round, but I'm going to give you two setups here, one for and one for not using specs. So if you're going to use specs, some speed character. Lynx, Raven, Viper, Scorpion, Hawk. The females are typically better, but, you know, Hawk and Scorpion work just as well. Bring something that does continuous damage. I find that the M32 Incendiary works best, but Caltrops work pretty well too. Turrets are awful. Do not use them. They run out of their 300 shots, I think that's what their max is, very quickly. As for your other spec weapon, you want to bring a minigun ideally, but a flamethrower works pretty well too, especially in the later rounds once your point stuff starts going up. It starts out at like 13 and then gets higher or something like that on extreme. Now, obviously, you want someone else to bring the meds. You should bring a warlord as well. As many specs as can should bring warlords, although it's a great idea to have multiple, so yeah. A professional team of 4 using this strategy can complete a game in under 20 minutes and each gain approximately 8,000 experience on Extreme using 100% bonus passes. Oh, and bring a frag pack here. More chances to do damage is better than getting kills. Now, for non-specs, still a great idea to have someone with meds and warlord, but that's optional because obviously we're saying no specs. The best setup for this is a bunch of guns with very low damage and very low recoil with a fast fire rate. SMGs and shotguns are actually the best for this, not assault rifles. Not saying assault rifles are bad, but I wouldn't even bring an assault rifle generally because SMGs can be filled with the same yellow ammo packs as well. Machine guns are a no-go, too long to reload and pull out, and not portable enough. Any low-ranked weapons with a high fire rate, Uzi, MAC-10, etc. is going to be great. It's important to remember that EXP comes from points, not kills. So I suggest 2 of these guns. In fact, I wouldn't even get the Uzi Metal and the MAC-10 SE because they have better damage drop-off and better damage. You want the lowest damage per fire rate that you can get. Next up, bring a shotgun or 2. Anything with a large spread is good here because your pellets will spread out and pierce multiple zombies instead of only the 2 in front of you, because even in Cabin Fever you can only pierce 2 zombies with any 1 bullet. That's the same true of pellets from a shotgun. You will get more points this way. Spread is good. I use the M4 Super and the Keltec, but for the GP, the TriStar, the R870 SE, and the M590 CQB and M3 Super all work beautifully. If you simply must bring an assault rifle, then get a high fire rate gun. The F2000 series is awesome for this. For a secondary, get a G23 style gun. Low damage, high fire rate. Anything with a fast fire rate is awesome for this. Low damage is good, you know. I use the M92FS Elite for the fire rate bug. I mean, that's kind of cheating almost, but you know, I use it for the fire rate bug. Very low damage, terrible damage drop off, and great fire rate. Bring a frag pack, same reason as before, you want more chances to do damage. One reason you want low damage is because you can get more shots in before the zombie dies, but each shot, regardless of the damage, is worth the same amount of points. So lower damage equals higher point yield overall, but fewer total kills, so you won't get as much GP. You really are sacrificing a lot of GP to do this. You probably won't even get half as much GP as you have EXP at the end of the game, which is usually pretty rare in most other modes where you'll usually get a little less GP than you do EXP. Also, chances are you may not win using this without a very strong team of 6 to 8 people, or an extremely highly skilled team of 4 to 5 who are all using the same strategy, because you want as many zombies left to get points as possible. So, unless the entire team knows exactly what they're doing, chances are you aren't going to win this, but if you can get to at least round 12 to 13, you should be making enough EXP that it's worth the time that you're putting into the game. In fact, in some cases, it may be better that you actually end the game earlier, because in that case you can get more games going, because it does not increase exponentially for EXP and GP. It's a flat rate depending on how long you're in the game and what you're able to do within that time span. So actually, shorter games that don't actually complete it are better. So getting on Extreme and getting somewhere between 10 to 15 rounds should be netting you the most EXP per the time you put in. You should be spending no more than 15 minutes per game, for sure. 1 minute per round is your typical idea. Shorter, obviously, towards the beginning and longer towards the end, but it should average out to about 1 minute per round if you do it right. That's all the tips I have for tips on Cabin Fever, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Drop a subscribe if you want to. I'd love to get some more people on here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Shadowlance out.